right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Now that we've had a steady dose of cold air, it's time to talk about snow on the way. That's our next weather impact alert day. As we talk about periods of snow, we'll track the latest amounts coming up.
Chasing a championship.
This is the culmination of a lot of work and a lot of effort.
What one local high school team is thankful for as they spend their holiday break on the road. The House of Soul serving food for the soul.
I am overwhelmed right now. I am grateful.
The group giving thanks and much more to the community. A cold Thanksgiving day has quickly turned into an even colder Thanksgiving night in St. Louis. Good evening, I'm Holden Kerwicki, and thank you for joining us. Looking ahead, it's not just the cold air that's going to make you want to bundle up. Meteorologist Gary Frank is here to tell you what's moving in that could impact your holiday weekend.
Yeah, dry tomorrow and into the overnight hours, but we're dealing with the first accumulating snow that we've talked about the possibility of for the last few days, but it's just how much snow we're going to get and what we're dealing with here. As we look outside right now, it is quiet, it's cold, and temps have actually gone up a degree or two. They kind of have waffled back and forth. We were at 35 in St. Louis, now we're back to 33. We've gotten to 31. You'll see that, but there's the real frigid air and the teens behind it, and that'll come at some point as this clipper system works its way down and brings some of that, reinforces that colder air, but also gives us the next shot at some snow. Now, right now, overnight, we're still going to fall into the mid-20s. It will be colder as I expect us to continue to fall into the overnight hours. But the main story for us as we head into Saturday is the possibility of snow. And I think really this is going to be later in the morning into the early afternoon. The periods of light snow should fall during the daylight hours, but extra time for slower travel. Like I mentioned, I think this is our first accumulating snow. And while not everybody is impacted the same, we're going to talk about some of the variables that make this a little bit different, and I'll also look at temperatures from north to south and how much snow we're expecting here in about 10 minutes.
Generous souls across the St. Louis region opened up their homes and businesses to feed people in need today. But one Thanksgiving dinner came with more than just a meal. 5 on Your Side's Mark Maxwell takes us inside the House of Soul, where people in need left their spirits refreshed.
At the House of Soul, thanks is more than something you hear.
We love our community. We don't want just to tell them that we love them, but we want to show them that we love them.
Savory smells filled the room, inviting the homeless and hungry in from the cold.
I'm a young man that grew up without, so I understand the need of giving back to our community.
Generous donors gave more than just a hot meal. Guests enjoyed access to a manicure station.
Actually, it feels great after what I've been through.
And barbers giving out free haircuts. One guest of honor was the chef's mom.
He has found an opportunity to love many people through the taste of his great cooking and food.
Is it true the rumor I heard where you learned to cook?
It wasn't from me. It was from my mom. It skipped a generation. I am not the one, but yeah, he learned how to cook from my mom.
Family recipes help total strangers feel right at home.
Well, I'm feeling better than what I did this morning. I'm around people.
There was something in it for the helpers, too.
You know, they talk about the holidays being, depressing and stuff, but you know what I know is you get out of yourself and do something for somebody, the rewards, you forget all about your problems pretty much.
Some volunteers have been doing this more than a decade. Others may have just found a new tradition.
This year I felt this was the year and this was the time.
Is this your first time out?
My first time out. I am overwhelmed right now. I am grateful.
And the woman behind it all.
Are you guys eating? I'm also a server today as well.
Nicole Stevenson, battling a rare form of cancer in its 4th stage.
You don't have to do all this.
You know what? I do this because I was homeless growing up. My mother and my family, we had hard times. And I think this is, that's the bare minimum I can do what I'm doing. And so for me, this means really, really a lot to me. And I'm happy just to see everybody else happy.
It's giving back that gives her the power to keep on going.
This is what we need to see more of, and I'm willing to do the work. As long as I'm here, I will be doing the work.
In the heart of a grateful city.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Mark Maxwell, 5 on Your Side.
One of the lead donors, Ricky Whittington, said after a busy stretch feeding 4,500 families, he plans to take tomorrow off and then get back to work preparing to feed 2,500 kids during the Christmas season. In the middle of all the action at today's Macy's parade in New York City was one lucky Lindbergh High School student. Sarah Bailey was selected to be a member of the Color Guard in the Great American Marching Band. Bailey went through a long audition process to earn the spot. She told 5 on Your Side that family from all over the country watched her performance today. And Black Friday is almost upon us, and if you want to get ahead of those lines, you better be ready to wake up early. Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Macy's, and Lowe's will open at 6 a.m. for shoppers. Some stores will open even earlier, like Kohl's, at 5 a.m. However, Costco will start a little later at 9 a.m. For a full list of more stores and their hours, just head to KSDK.com. Tomorrow morning, Belleville-Althoff will play for its first state championship in over 3 decades. Our Megan Kernan went back to her alma mater and caught up with the team before they took off to Normal, Illinois for the big game.
This is the culmination of a lot of work and a lot of effort.
There's a lot to be thankful for this year. For many in Belleville, Althoff Catholic football making it to the state championship is at the top of that list.
There's nothing more special than practicing on Thanksgiving. So we woke up this morning, we had practice because there's only a few teams left in the state and the country that are still doing that.
The bus is packed, the players are ready, and they're off to the game they've been waiting all season for. This is Austin Frazier's 5th year as head football coach, and he's hoping Althoff will bring the trophy home.
When you couple elite athleticism and skill with detail-oriented thinking and discipline, that's what results. The undefeated season and the chance to win a state title.
The last time Althoff football won a state championship was back in 1990. That's why the Crusaders say they're going to give their all on the field to bring back their 4th state title.
Absolutely, I'm going to give 110% of what I have and 110% of what God has blessed me with, and try to give all I have for this team.
Frazier says they've stayed undefeated with help from star players like running back De'Air Hill Jr., who committed to Oregon, and defensive lineman Jason Dowell, who committed to Mizzou.
I'm thankful just to be here today where I'm standing. The amazing young man I've become because of God. It's honestly the best feeling I ever could imagine. I've been dreaming of this since I came into high school.
I can't be proud of these guys any more than I am right now. Just what we've been battling and what we have and what we're going to be able to accomplish.
Reporting in Belleville.
And of course I want to bring this bad boy home for my school.
We want to make history and we're going to do that.
Ready to play. Let's get out there and go.
Megan Kernan, 5 on Your Side.
The Crusaders will face Lena Winslow, also a 13-0 team, at 10 a.m. tomorrow at Illinois State University. If they win, there will be a victory parade in Belleville on Sunday. After the tragic death of 16-year-old hockey player Colin Brown, mental health advocates are stepping up to help the community cope with the loss. Brown died days after being shot by a stray bullet on I-55. Mental health experts say healing can be especially hard around the holidays. Some say the best thing that you can do for someone grieving is simply just to be there for them.
Nothing. You don't have to say anything. Sometimes we just want the space, right? And holding space doesn't look like creating a solution. It just looks like I'm here to listen.
For grieving kids and adults, doctors recommend trying to get back to a normal routine as quickly as possible. A local nonprofit is working to help families affected by gun violence this holiday season. Breaking Generational Poverty is holding a toy drive tomorrow in Florissant. Multiple other nonprofits and businesses are pitching in to help. One business owner says it takes a whole community to heal.
You just have to be around the right people and get the right resources and definitely have a strong mind and good participation from mentors and everyone around you in the community. You have to get in a bad place and somehow find the good in it.
If you're in the giving spirit, you can donate at Bus Loop Burgers from 1 until 3 o'clock tomorrow. Running to make a positive change, that's what thousands did today in Olivet for the 11th annual 5K Turkey Trot. But it's not your typical pre-Thanksgiving meal run. Here's our Mercedes McKay.
It's a tradition that brings people back year after year.
This event is amazing. It started out with a brother asking a brother, what are you going to do and where are we going to race on Thanksgiving Day?
And just like that, Olivet's 5K Turkey Trot was born 11 years ago. Starting out with just 200 participants, now there's over 2,000 runners.
I know that it's more than they've ever had before, so each year it grows and grows.
And I'm here every single turkey trot.
An event even the Grinch and Santa Claus can agree on.
It's a great warm-up for the day, you know, a good 3 miles. Get a little fitness in before you eat a bunch of food, you know, gotta get your body ready.
But this 3-mile run is more than just a way to burn calories before your Thanksgiving feast.
It's so great to come together as a community, to get out, get some fresh air, see your friends and neighbors, and of course to help a great cause.
100% of the proceeds from the race are donated by the city of Olivet to the Harvey Kornblum Jewish Food Pantry.
The need is always there, and so we're very grateful to the city of Olivet for holding this and benefiting the food pantry.
Since its inception, the Turkey Trot has raised over $119,000 for the Jewish Food Pantry, helping those in need in the community.
To be able to help a family with nutrition and food can help them be able to maybe take their limited money and pay a bill.
Giving thanks while helping a neighbor, the best way to spend this holiday of gratitude.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
In Olivet, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
This year, the run raised $25,000 for the Harvey Kornblum Jewish Food Pantry. It's open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. And you can support year-round through financial donations or by donating non-perishable food items.
A holiday card conundrum.
It would take me about 4 or 5 hours.
Consumer Reports checks out new solutions to save you time and money.
It's such a relief.
Temperatures have been downright cold, and we are stuck in this pattern where just a little bit of a breeze makes it feel like it's in the mid-20s. How long we hold on to that and why we don't see a warming trend in our future, at least through the weekend.
President Joe Biden made sure to take time out of his holiday to wish all of America a happy Thanksgiving.
No, we're blessed to live in the United States of America. We're literally the greatest country on earth. No matter what, we never give up. We keep going. We keep the faith in America. Happy Thanksgiving, America.
Biden posted the message on X before visiting first responders in Nantucket, Massachusetts. He and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden delivered food to firefighters and police officers on duty. This is Biden's last Thanksgiving Day in office. Vice President Kamala Harris spent her holiday giving back. She helped prep food at a Washington, D.C. nonprofit. The D.C. Central Kitchen helps combat hunger by providing cooking classes. Her husband, Doug Emhoff, joined her at the event. Far from being the most wonderful time of the year, the holidays are often busy and stressful. But sending holiday cards doesn't have to be. Consumer Reports shows us the best services to help you spread holiday cheer for your family and friends.
Bridget Adams loves receiving those personalized holiday cards filled with cute family photos. But making and sending them was just so time-consuming.
It would take me about 4 or 5 hours to do my own.
Switching to an online card service helped Bridget save time by streamlining the process.
You select a template, add photos and a message, pick the quantity you want, and pay.
But with so many companies, how do you know which one is right for you? Consumer Reports ordered cards from 10 brands and evaluated features like photo and paper quality, ease of ordering, customization options, and pricing. The pick for the best high-end cards, Shutterfly's Tiny Prints.
They're pricey, but their paper and photo quality were unmatched. The company will even address and mail your cards out for an additional fee.
The best mid-price pick, Nation's Photo Lab, offers fewer options for customizing cards, but delivers beautiful photo quality. Another option that won't break the bank, Artifact Uprising, which has good photo and paper quality for the price and can address your envelopes for an additional charge. If you're looking for a quick, easy card on 100% recycled paper, Postable offers a diverse list of holiday categories and will address and mail your cards for no extra charge beyond postage. But its photo quality fell to the middle of the pack. If you tend to wait to the last minute to order your cards, Staples offers reasonable pricing with some that can be picked up the same day. However, CR's experts say the photo quality isn't as good as most other cards. Bottom line, no matter which service you choose, taking some of the stress out of your holidays is the gift that keeps on giving.
Knowing that my cards are in the mail and out of the house is just such a relief.
Watch for sales, special offers, and discount codes, which can often save some money when ordering those holiday cards. Now, before you head out to do a little Black Friday shopping, you're going to want to check in with meteorologist Gary Frank for a look at the weather impact forecast. Gary, it's cold out there now. What's it going to look like in the morning?
Still cold. Yeah, still cold. Almost the same. You know, it's actually going to be even colder, but we're going to at least see the sunshine to start off. This morning we had clouds. It was breezy. It's going to get even colder as we head into the overnight hours. But if you're traveling tomorrow at all, you're heading back right away, no issues whatsoever. You see the flag in the distance. It's still pretty quiet. 33 degrees and northwest breeze at around 10 miles an hour. Believe it or not, we got to 41 today. That wasn't in the afternoon. It was almost 24 hours ago. It was about 12:05. So 33, that's our low so far. We continue to see that number go down a little bit. We have got to 31, so that'll change for the day. That's kind of irrelevant because it still feels like it's 20 in Chesterfield. A little bit of breeze does not take much. As we look tomorrow morning, like I mentioned, it is still going to be very cold. One of our colder mornings that we've seen, but lighter wind to start, more sunshine. Then more clouds settle in. You'll notice where this is our sunshine for Friday. Behind it, that's our next system. It's going to take a while to get here. And I want to pause, and we showed you this earlier today. Somewhere in the, at least Kansas, Missouri region, that's where we're going to see this low that tracks in from the northwest. And where that sets up, that's where the heavier band and axis of snow is going to set up by Saturday morning. So if you're up early, you're traveling on 70, as we talk about going to the Mizzou game, or you're coming back from the Chiefs game, things of that nature, you're going to be having to deal with some sort of snow somewhere on either side of the state. It's just how does it impact us? If you looked at this, 5 o'clock when we talked to you just before some of these games are in between them, this has moved a little bit further south. And I want to zoom in and show you what that may look like for us, because we are going to start off with temps below freezing, and I think that it's going to be a cold Saturday morning. But where does the heavier band of snow set up? And right now it looks like at least this particular model, and this is not necessarily saying that Sullivan's going to see the heaviest band of snow, but there are going to be a couple of those that filter in, and I really think they're going to be closer to Herman, Troy, St. Charles, Chesterfield, maybe further off to the west. And I think at that point, that's where the snowfall rates are going to overcome some of the brief warm ground. But notice by 2 or 3 o'clock, this moves out, and then by sunset, a lot of this is out of here. The key factor for me is the fact that that settles in during a time frame where the sun is up. And that doesn't sound like much because we're not going to see the much sun, but it's our first accumulating snow, so it's always going to get to us a little bit more. Between 10 and 4, that's the heaviest period where we have cold air that settles in despite our warm ground. I think our road temps may be warm and at times, but there's still going to be slick spots. It's going to be kind of slushy, and it may refreeze, and I think that's something we have to look for into the overnight hours, because as snowfall totals on the surface, we could get some higher totals than this, but there will be a band that shows up between maybe 1 to 2 inches. And then as we look ahead, and we'll flash this forward once again, even though it fast forwarded on me, what you'll notice is there is going to be a band that kind of settles in, and that's what we're going to see between maybe 1.5 inches, and that may melt really quickly. But even in the overnight hours, Saturday into Sunday, it is much colder here ahead, and that's what we're looking at. It is going to be very chilly as we've got temps in the 30s here moving forward, and just expect maybe a dicey period here, at least for the first part of Saturday into Sunday.
All right, thank you very much, Gary. Now here's Corey with a look at sports.
Well, it's Thanksgiving, so you know we're talking football, but we also had a side helping of Illinois basketball as the cherry on top of today's Thanksgiving spread. Stick around, sports is up next.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers, driving your way since 1942.
Thanksgiving is home to one of my all-time favorite annual holiday moments, the food coma nap in between the second and third NFL game of the day. It's glorious every single time. In case you did miss some football today due to your nap schedule, no problem, I've got you covered. You saw the nightcap right here on NBC, Dolphins up in Green Bay to take on the Packers. Green Bay right at home in the cold. Jordan Love to Jaden Reed. 7-0 Packers, complete with a Lambeau leap on Thanksgiving. That connection worked once, so why not do it again? Love to Reed, and it's 24-3 Pack at the half. Dolphins put up a bit of a comeback, but the hole was too deep. Green Bay wins at home on Thanksgiving, 30-17. Giants and Cowboys, and look who's back as the starting quarterback. Mizzou's Drew Lock had the reins for New York on Thanksgiving. He had some moments, both good and bad. Look at Lock take off on the first drive. I never saw him run like that in Columbia. He's out at the 1. Giants did score to go up 7-3. This wasn't as good, though. Pass deflected, and DeMarvion Overshawn takes it in for a pick-6 for the Cowboys. Lock will get a rushing touchdown in a last-ditch comeback effort, but it came up short. Cowboys win 27-20. The Lions had not won a Thanksgiving game since 2016. They were 10-1 this year for the first time since 1934 coming into today's game against Chicago. Great day for the local Lions. Jared Goff to Highland Sam Laporta. 10-0 Detroit. Jamison Williams was a state champion hurdler at Cardinal Ritter. He busted out some of those skills today. Oh my goodness. Second half now, another Laporta TD, Lions up 23-7. Bears came all the way back, but they botch it down 3 at the end of the game. They run a play with a timeout still left and let the clock run all the way down before they can try a game-tying field goal. Ouch! Lions win 23-20. Thanksgiving is traditionally a football holiday, but I don't think any fan base had a better Turkey Day than Illinois basketball fans. It was a statement Thanksgiving for the Illini in Kansas City. Illinois faced number 19 Arkansas in KC, and Illini big man Tomislav Ivicic met up with some family, as you do on Thanksgiving. His brother Zavamir plays for Arkansas. Hot start for Illinois. This Ben Humrickhouse 3, that made it 21-6 early on. Illini kept pouring it on from behind the arc. There's Ivicic, that's 3 of his 21. He had a double-double. Illinois made 15 three-pointers today. Kasparis Jakakonis had 2 of them as part of his game-high 23 points. And the Illini get a nice win over 19th-ranked Arkansas, 90-77.
Thanksgiving, we eat. Yeah! And guess what? The winners get the biggest leg.
That man can deliver a post-game hype-up session. Okay, a positive update on a scary situation last night in Columbia. Mizzou guard Caleb Grill was stretchered off after an apparent neck injury against Lindenwood and was taken to the hospital. Today, the team said he was discharged last night and had no injury to his spinal cord. There is no timeline for Grill's return to the court. Annual Turkey Day game between Kirkwood and Webster Groves football. JV teams playing for the Frisco Bell today with Kirkwood varsity in the state semifinals. The Pioneer freshmen and sophomores were rolling. Travis Shores to Bodie Mansfield. That's a 47-yard Kirkwood touchdown. Later on, that connection was added again. Shores to Mansfield. This is good for another score. Kirkwood wins 46-6 for their 11th straight Turkey Day victory. Staying with high school football, you heard from the Altah football team at the top of the show. They are now under 12 hours away from playing for a state championship. It's a program rich with tradition but without a state title since 1990. They remember the sting of losing in the playoffs last year and do not want that feeling again.
Yeah, that motivated a lot. Like, I remember when the clock hit 0-0, seeing all the seniors around me crying, all my teammates crying, that just motivated me a lot.
We got that reminder last year, think maybe we got a little ahead of ourselves and weren't as detail-oriented or disciplined enough to, win that game against Camp Point in the quarterfinals. So, we learned our lesson last year, and we're certainly not going to have to learn it again.
Favorite Thanksgiving side dish, go.
I probably pecan pie.
Oh, okay. I'm going mashed potatoes all day.
Now, if you're an Altah fan, your favorite side dish is going to be a state championship.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, hopefully they bring it home. Thanks, Corey. They're not at the table, but animals at the zoo are still getting a Thanksgiving feast. How they're celebrating the holiday, coming up next. And Christmas is less than 4 weeks away now, and 5 on Your Side is once again partnering with the Foster and Adoptive Care Coalition for Little Wishes. To buy a gift card for a gift for a child in foster care this season, go to ksdk.com/littlewishes. We'll be right back. Animals at the St. Louis Zoo got into the holiday spirit today. The zoo's nutrition keepers passed out little turkeys made of ice for some of the animals. The zoo said on X that they're thankful this year for all their staff, volunteers, and of course, their guests. Tickets for the Cardinals' annual winter warm-up go on sale tomorrow. The event takes place from January 18th until the 20th at Busch Stadium and Ballpark Village. This year, fans who buy a 3-day ticket will receive an autographed ticket from a player. The sale starts at 10 a.m. Friday. We have a link in the As Seen on TV section of KSDK.com. Now, Gary has one final check of your weather before you call tonight.
Yeah, it's cold. And we're going to be dealing with snow as our next weather impact alert day here on Saturday. Temps, depending on whether or not they're going to get above freezing, that's going to be the big story for us, as I do expect that we're still going to be dealing with some sort of snow, accumulating snow, and our first accumulating snow of the year. That could make the travel back and forth from Kansas City, Columbia, or back to St. Louis a little bit more difficult. So we'll see how that goes, depending on how that snow, the narrow, heavy band of snow sets up, if any. Otherwise, it's probably going to be cold Saturday night into Sunday, and then we warm up a little bit briefly.
I'm hoping just to see just a little snow.
We're going to get more than a little snow. It's going to definitely a measurable snowfall.
All right, thank you, Gary. And there you have it for 5 on Your Side at 10. And we're always streaming on 5+. Don't forget to start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. Have a great Friday, St. Louis.